how can we make this interactive water feature, which there's many of them all over the country, how can you make this into a much more meaningful experience? How can you turn it into art? The water feature is right next to this point in the Columbia River. And it is the accumulation of all of the water coming in from this enormous watershed that goes all the way to Wyoming and all the way up into British Columbia. So it's all the creeks and the streams that come together to form the rivers that become the tributaries that make this river right here what it is. So that's what we were trying to do.
It's also a collection of the people that lived around this area and would come to this location. The port is very important. Vancouver was a center that attracted people from all over. So just as the water came from all the tributaries down, so did the people follow those tributaries, follow those paths, and find themselves in this place. So the location of the water feature is important to people and to the place itself, the geology.
So we started with how can we tell this story? And the water feature starts with this monolithic stone and cast bronze element we call the headwaters. And on one side of it is a high relief bronze map of the entire watershed. So you can touch all of this. You can trace the rivers. You can see where you are in the watershed. And water comes in back of that, so you can actually touch the water. The main source of water comes on the other side, and it's this big cascading waterfall that goes over a map of the headwaters of the Columbia. It starts in Lake Columbia in British Columbia. From there, it begins to go down a course over 180 feet, and there are stacks of granite stones that also have water emanating through them, so it's a place to run and to play. But we wanted it more than just a place for kids to play. We wanted it to be a place of information. Engraved on the stones are all the major tributaries, their length, and how many square miles is in their drainage, so that there's factual information there.
The constant throughout all those experiences, from the headwaters, even when there's bronze, there's water behind the bronze. Even when there's stone, there's water emanating from it. So the entire experience, each learning, each playing, each touching experience has to do with those water elements. And that's what Larry's designed. From the very front of the headwaters to the very bottom of the pool, you're moving through a path of water.